Morning, America. How we doing today? We are in Ouray, Colorado. O-U-R-A-Y. Ouray. The O is silent. Ouray, Colorado. It's on Highway 550. It's just south of Montrose, and we're coming through Ouray downtown right now. This is the main drag in town. And something you might notice is, see the buildings? The top of the buildings? See how they're not level? Well, they're level. The road isn't. You know, I'm kind of leaning, but when I turned the camera on, it kept that lean to it. So anyway, that's what I got. But anyway, the title of this video is My Favorite Roadway. And this next section of road here is, of all the highways I've been on in the United States, Canada, Alaska, all of them, this is my favorite highway. Most scenic, in my opinion. You know, it's most dangerous, most exhilarating, most everything about it is, it's just a cool stretch of road. And we're gonna do maybe about 10 miles of it here. Not even that, probably about 6 miles, because I'm not gonna be driving very fast. It's a dangerous road, so you drive slow. So anyway, we're driving in through town here. This is the GoPro footage from inside the dash, you know, on the windshield of the van. And once I get out of the edge of town here, I've got a Insta360 X3. It's a 360 degree camera, and I've mounted it on a pole, and I'm going to stick it out the passenger window, and you'll see me do that here in just a little bit. But as you come out of town here, we're almost to the edge of town here. You make a right-hand turn, and it starts going up a zigzag switchbacks. Okay, and once we get to the top of the switchbacks, we're going to go along this shelf road, over this like what they call a shelf road or a cliff road, and it is quite exhilarating and quite dangerous. I mean, if the thing is, because it's so dangerous, most people don't have an area I'm sticking a camera out the window, and I stick it about 3 or 4 feet outside the passenger window here, and you'll see how that works here in a little bit. So, but the thing about the highway, there's a couple guardrails, but not very many. There's a couple little places they have guardrails, but most of it doesn't have a guardrail. And there are yellow lines in the center of the highway, and then the white line on your right hand side. About a foot on the other side of that white line is a cliff, and it'll drop down 300, 400, 500 feet. You know, it's a big drop off. And people are, you know, this is going around one of the first switchbacks, and this is looking north. And the thing about Ouray, I've never been to Switzerland, but I would imagine this is what it would feel like. You're surrounded by mountains, you know, and there's only one way in and out from the north coming down. It's like a horseshoe. You drive right up into here, and then there's no place to go, so they have to do these switchbacks to get up this higher level to get up into the canyon. But it's just a beautiful area. I mean, look at these mountains. Aren't they gorgeous? So over on the east side of town, there's a big waterfall I've been to years ago, and it's just, I like the place. I like the area. Now this road goes on down, going south here. Right now we're facing east, but getting ready to turn and head back west around this switchback. Okay, here's this the 360 camera. This is the uniqueness about this 360 camera. You just let it go, and it kind of turns. It's neat, you know. I'm not doing it. This is all in posting the in the editing process. So anyway, that's a big switchback. Now we're heading west, going up a hill again, you know. And anyway, see how it starts dropping off here, and this is nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. This is something else, this highway. But anyway, it goes from Ouray down to Silverton, okay? And the really exciting part is the first 7 or 8 miles. That's the real, from where I'm at right now, going about another 6 miles south. That's the real exciting part. And there's the town right below. There's Main Street right there. Well, almost. Right there's Main Street. And but it's just something about the first 7 or 8 miles are just exciting as heck. After that, it's beautiful. It doesn't have the danger aspect to it. This is back to the dash cam. And it doesn't have the same, you know, danger aspect to it, but it's beautiful up here. And as far as altitude, I'm probably about 8,000 feet right here. And by the time we get done, I'll be up somewhere around 9,500 feet. So it's going uphill pretty steep here. Okay. There's areas it's a little bit flatter, but a lot of it uphill. This is flattening off a little bit right here. But see this valley? It's Uncompahgre Gorge, I think, is the name of the thing. And I can't ever pronounce that. Uncompahgre, something like that. Not Chupacabra. Anyway, this was a toll road when it was first built, you know, 100, 150 years ago, when it was, or 100 years ago probably. When it was first built, it was a wagon road for donkeys and you know, to pull carts up the hill to the gold mining, gold and silver mining that's up here in the San Juan Mountains. And some guy got a chisel out and started notching the thing, you know, notching the roadway out. And after he did all this work, he charged a toll to go, you know, for the miners to go back and forth across this highway, well, trail at the time. And so he had it as a toll road, a private toll road. And years later, you know, the government put a highway through here. And it is, like I said, it is something else. Look at that drop off on the right there. And it gets better or worse, however you want to look at it. But yeah, if you drop a tire off past that the grass right there, you're not stopping. You know, you go down there, hit a tree maybe or something. But there's other areas up here where there's no trees, and it gets hairy. So there's a tunnel here. And I got my camera stuck out here. I'm going to hit the tunnel with the 360 camera. Is it going to hit the tunnel? There's a car coming. I can't move over. Okay, I move over a little bit. Make sure I don't hit the tunnel. All right, and kaboom! Look at that drop off here. Gee. And you drop a tire off that, you're not stopping. You're not stopping. It's all the way to the bottom. And there's even more amazing spots on up the road here, another mile or so, a couple miles. But this scenery, it's just, the thing about it is when you're driving, and this is a nice little thing here. I go to the 360 camera right here. Watch this. Ooh, up over, there's a little bit of a bridge right here. It's not a bridge, it's just filled in and made like a bridge. But it goes over a waterfall. You know, there's a waterfall coming off the east mountain and underneath you, and a waterfall coming off the west mountain. And man, oh man, it's so pretty up here. People, if you ever get a chance to come out to Colorado or anywhere close to this area, this is worth the drive to go find this place and drive up it, or from Silverton come down it, whatever. I wanted to go up it, so the passenger, you know, camera sticking out the passenger window is actually sticking out over the cliff, you know, so to say. The southbound, what I'm doing right here, southbound traffic, is the more dangerous because you're closer to the cliff, you know. So, but I just love this. It's just, when I the first time I saw this, I was afraid to come down it. You know, I was in a car years ago, about 20 years ago. And I was afraid to drive. I was just shaking. You know, I was on the other side, closer to the cliff. You know, the wall instead of the cliff. But look at this. I'm going to switch over to the 360 here in just a second, I think. But that cliff right there, there's no stopping. And once you get to a certain place, then it's straight down right here. Whoa! I mean, you know, right here. Yikes! Oh, mercy. And the funny thing is, they don't have guardrails on here. I guess they had guardrails on there years ago, and they were a problem for snow removal. In the winter, they try to, you know, shift the. See here, it's all built up right here. Look at that. It's gave way at one time, and they've built it back up with stone masonry. Anyway, apparently they had guardrails on this years and years ago, and they took it down to replace it and put better up, and they got to noticing, you know, they were having accidents pretty regular on this highway, And when they took the guardrail down, they realized everybody was being much more careful. Look at that. Everybody was being much, much more careful, and the accident rate went way down. So they decided to just leave the guardrails off. That's the story I heard from one of the locals. He says they had a guardrail and they took it off. And when they took it off, everybody started driving much more slow and careful. And, you know, they used to have people going down through here with, you know, sports cars of types and going fast, you know, going around zigzagging through the, well, with the guardrail gone, they don't have that anymore. People are a lot more careful. So, but yeah, just look at that. Just yikes, right off the edge. Oh, anyway, it's just a beautiful, beautiful scenery. And it's just, we're going to go around this curve here. I'm going to turn the 360 camera around. There we go. And you're going to see this big valley. This is the Umacandre Gorge or Umacandre Valley. I can't remember how to pronounce it. But anyway, I've never been able to pronounce it right. So, Umacandre or something like that. But look at that. Isn't that a scene? Now, do you understand why I think it's the prettiest, best highway in the country? Well, I think I'm just going to let music play out to the rest of this video here. So enjoy it. And like I said, if you ever get a chance to come up here, between Silverton, Colorado and Ouray, one of the prettiest drives in the country. Y'all be good now. Ciao.